Hi guys, Mike here. Again. Seem to say that all the time. Anyway, just wanted to just continue for a little bit talking about blessed to be a blessing in Abraham. And we talked last time about how the blessing should flow. Just going back, looking at Genesis 11, and Abraham was born in Ur of the Chaldees, which is a place that exists. I read a book not so long ago about the excavation of the township or the city of Ur. But anyway, they go on there, they're heading towards Canaan, it says, but when they came to Haran, they settled there. Then it says that Terah, Abraham's dad, lived 205 years and he died in Haran. And then verse 12, the Lord said to Abram, go from your country, your people and your father's household to the land I'll show you. And I was just thinking, sometimes we can become settled in our father's culture. If it's our heavenly father, that's great, but this is referring to our earthly father. Sometimes we do things the way that our family has always done them. Here's a couple of characteristics about Abraham. He was a righteous man. We know that because it was credited to him as righteousness later on when he believed God. He had a wholehearted commitment to God. He was a man of peace. Remember when him and Lot were disputing or discussing about you go left, well, I'll take the right, or vice versa. He was a man of peace. He didn't get angry about that. That was his nephew. He could have pulled the uncle card, but he didn't. He was a compassionate man. Remember, he pleaded on behalf of Sodom and Gomorrah. How many of us would do that, even in our society that we live in today? How many of us actually go to bat for members of our community? Another characteristic he had, he was also hospitable. So he was righteous, he was wholeheartedly committed to God, he was a man of peace, he was compassionate, and he was hospitable, very hospitable. Other virtues he had was his obedience. It's interesting, when God called him, he left immediately. Part of that was he had a boldness. We find it so hard to pull out of something and go into something new, but when God says come or go, we should just do that. And of course he believed God, so that was credited to him as righteousness. So I just want to encourage you today, what parts of Haran are still left in your life? What do you need to move out of that was in your past? For me, my background's a Catholic background, so I had to find Christ for myself and leave my Catholic background behind and start forging a new life for myself in knowing what God had called me. And the interesting thing was that God has healed and restored and reconciled a whole lot of relationships along the way, but that's another story. Anyway, be blessed today. Don't forget the blessings flow through you, out of you, towards others. So be blessed. Take care.